Okay, everybody, I'm back. Wow, that was really weird. I don't know what happened there, but hope you guys will join me again. Just going to wait for a minute so that those of you who were here before can come on back with me. Something happened with my connection, and that was freaking me out. So, yikes. Okay, we're back. We're back. Wanted to talk about Arkansas, but I'm going to just give everybody a second or two to get back on. Okay, I see you, Charles. Wow. Don't know what that was all about. But anyway, come on back. So we could talk about Arkansas and the no-knock warrant is what I was sharing with you before I lost my signal. Arkansas, no-knock warrant. So there's a judge who's been giving the narcotics unit the okay to go to people's houses and just kick in the door for under the guise of we're looking for narcotics. That's the situation. So there's this gentleman by the name of Roderick Talley, and Roderick Talley had been burglarized before. So what he did was he set up a camera. And with this camera, it actually records on the exterior of his apartment and inside his apartment because he had been burglarized and he wasn't getting any support from the police department. So what happened was the narcotics officers created a situation with an undercover informant, and you can see this informant that allegedly comes to the door, allegedly encounters the occupant, Mr. Talley, who's not home. But according to what the officers wrote up for this justification for the no-knock warrant, okay, I'm trying to do that again, special guest. I see you trying to come on. I couldn't bring you on quick enough, so try that again, and we'll try to get you on. But anyway, so they fabricated this whole story, and it was recording on his surveillance camera. The IC, undercover informant, UC, undercover informant, said that he went to the door, engaged the occupant, bought some drugs, left, went back to the street, and told the officers, hey, Tony, told the officers that, you know, this deal went down when it never did go down. And the officers took that information, which was false, went to a judge, got a no-knock warrant saying that they needed to go and serve this narcotics warrant on this residence, and that there was some concern that either the person was going to try to destroy the narcotics inside or they were a danger, and that's why they didn't want to knock before they made entry. They just wanted to tear his door down. So ultimately they did. They came back with this no-knock warrant in Arkansas, and they knocked over the door. Now at this point, Mr. Talley is home. He's home and he's sleeping on a couch very near the front door. So when they knocked the door down, it actually fell on top of him, and I don't know if he sustained any injury or not, but he was covered by the door, which was blown up. I think they used explosive. I mean, they're not just knocking; they actually blowing up stuff. So they created some kind of incendiary device, some kind of a bomb situation, if you will, and blew up this man's door, blew it off the hinges. It landed on him. He's asleep on the couch, and guess what? They found nothing. Well, they found a little marijuana in his house, but they didn't find anything. And so Mr. Talley went out and got an attorney, and okay, Charles, I see you. Went out and got an attorney, and in so doing found out that he wasn't the only one who had been victimized, that he was not the only one who had a no-knock warrant served on their house unjustly, and didn't find anything. There are about three people, including Mr. Talley, who are now being represented by counsel with concerns about these no-knock warrants. Now, Mr. Talley moved. He just decided, you know what, it's not even safe for me to be here. So he moved. Now, what they found out, what these attorneys have found out, is that with this no-knock warrant, there were 133 no-knock warrants that were served. And of those 133, 110 of them were served on black people. Surprised? Probably not. And it was also determined that the officers who were getting justification for these warrants were really kind of using a cut and paste a boilerplate situation where they use the same verbiage over and over as they presented documentation to the judge for this warrant. And now that they're starting to pay closer attention, they're realizing that, yeah, this is something that's all contrived. But in the meantime, there are real people right now who are sitting in jail in Nashville. Real people who are sitting in jail because of these no-knock warrants that were falsely issued, if you will, justification requiring their service. People are sitting in jail. People are sitting in jail. And, you know, it's just like anything else, you know. I talk about this all the time, you know, how police officers will find a reason to arrest you on a Friday knowing that you don't have the financial wherewithal to get out of jail, and you sit in jail all weekend. And on Monday, it goes to the district attorney and it's a DA reject, but you've been sitting in jail all weekend, and so, sorry, Charlie. So that's what's going on right now in Arkansas. No-knock warrants. So folks, if y'all living in Arkansas, be careful. That is interrupting my feed yet again. Wanted to bring on my special guest and talk about my